Rise and shine, Rwanda.
Good morning. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Peace Kwizera. Coming up on Rise and Shine.
In our story of the day, we bring you the latest of what is happening in the Peace Week.
It's Thursday's movie review here at Rise and Shine Rwanda.
Well, all that and more still to come, but first we get to meet the rest of the team. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Ivan.
How you doing?
I'm good, I'm great.
All right, fresh like a mango, eh?
Yeah, like a summer.
I miss all those themes you used to have in the morning. Fresh
okay,
like
well,
a
I'm
word.
loading some more.
What do you have for us there in sports?
Well, there's something in Copa America.
Yeah.
And there's cycling. Yeah, you.
Chantal,
Yes.
what do you have for us in business?
Good morning, Ivan.
Good morning, Chantal.
Nice.
Well, the AU Summit is coming up, so we'll be looking at that and the delegates and the discounts on Rwanda.
Well, all that and more still to come, but first we'll look at the stories making headlines here in Rwanda and around the world. Now, starting off with some good news. Students from the University of Rwanda dominated the award-winning ceremony of the Global Leadership Academic Excellence Awards. The awards that were organized by Victoria University of Wellington were held at the New Zealand Parliament recently. Pierre Sindabi Mbiwe, the mentor of the students and a lecturer at the University of Rwanda, for the second time won the Global Lead Academic Excellence Awards. This is some good news, right? We've never seen so much participation of the University of Rwanda lecturers or students take up such global awards. I mean, what does that mean, at least for education here, man?
It means that our education is actually booming. Now, it's actually better that Rwandans are being recognized and given awards. And basically, you know, when they changed everything to University of Rwanda, so it has to put its name out there. It has to build a base.
Yes,
So
and for me, I think the University of Rwanda, the reason why I even focused on this story was the fact that the university has kind of improved in terms of research, and they're actually making headlines in newspapers every time you get to open up. They have something coming up. There's more participation of students and lecturers, and I think that's what university is supposed to be about, and that is something that is happening. So congratulations to the team, and congratulations to the University of Rwanda.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, for the second hot topic today, I just want you guys to take a guess before we go into this, because it's something exciting. Something exciting. Come on, you guys read news.
Things are always exciting here. So
All right, the First Lady Michelle Obama has joined the messaging app Snapchat ahead of her trip to Liberia, Morocco, and Spain to promote education for girls. The socially savvy First Lady is aiming to connect with young people on the popular app, where posts disappear within 24 hours. She hopes to use this to publicize her trip, but first, but her first post, of course, was a selfie, which is quite interesting. Now, what usually for us, we join Snapchat because we just want to maybe have fun with it or connect with our own friends, but usually we don't necessarily have a reason for joining Snapchat. Sometimes it's just because we just want
it's
to
the trend.
It's the trend. We want to just have Snapchat. Ivan, you as the Snapchat person, among all of us, of course, you as being the Snapchat person, what would this mean? You're using Snapchat to actually promote reasonable things, not just for the fun of it.
Yes.
What does this for you?
If you look at the global trending application right now, especially among the young people, is Snapchat. Number one reason, Snapchat has its way of doing things, especially with the fact that you can only last record for 24 hours, which is kind of interesting. And the other fact is also how the Snapchat world goes in terms of the way you tell your story. It's the only platform where you can tell your story in short minutes, but again, which also has heavy content. And I think Michelle Obama's way of trying to engage the youth, especially looking at the fact that she's going out to Liberia, Morocco, and these are places where the young people, and she's also trying to connect with the young people globally. I think Snapchat is the trending thing, and for her being on Snapchat means a lot. And plus, Snapchat is very fun to have on your phone because you get to see all these. People have seen it. If people have been also to RWA 250, that's where people have been actually engaging with different people, business people come on. I mean, everyone is talking about Snapchat. So I think
Snapchat is actually one of the best apps now. You live in the moment. something is happening and the world is seeing it exactly there and then.
So I guess we are seeing Chantal joining up and checking it out.
Yeah, and people
Follow
should
me on
also
Snapchat, people.
and people should also follow us, Rise and Shine Rwanda on
Exactly.
Snapchat. And Michelle Obama's Snapchat is actually the username is Michelle Obama, right? So follow Michelle Obama. I'm
And
pretty
of
sure
course,
she's fun.
still reminding you of the Snapchat party that is happening tomorrow
Yo,
in
it's
the
going
evening.
down- oh.
It's going down tomorrow.
Alright,
So
people.
yeah, of course we'll be
Keep
moving
snapping.
on. Keep snapping.
Moving on to our other story. Now we're going on to the Rainbow Nation. Now, protesters burnt buses and set tires on fire to barricade roads in South Africa, especially looking at the mayoral elections. Now, this was because, of course, they said this person is not the fit candidate. There's chaos going on. The ANC says, well, this is what we chose. But, I mean, I would say, just like I said, the country is out of the political situation in South Africa keeps worsening by the day. It's either something is going on in the parliament or something is happening on the roads. Recently, we saw students protesting because of the fees, and you know, it's either people are also talking about white supremacy in South Africa, especially with the economic way of how black people are living. What do we see? What is
and everything.
and
So
everything?
Me, I think South Africa being one of the biggest nations in Africa and influential
Yeah.
in all kinds of ways. The economy is good, the country is great, but they need to set an example for the rest of the countries. If a superpower in Africa is doing that, then what will the rest do? We have to come together as a continent
Yeah.
and see what we can do. And the political parties, of course there is opposition, there will
Yeah.
always be opposition, but they have to work together in peace. So the ANC candidate being rejected and then someone being shot, this is really bad news.
Yes.
It shows ANC has been the main party in South Africa for all these years.
Yeah.
But you see there are these conflicts within the party. And then you have also Julius Malema's, is it the EFF?
Yeah, EFF, yes.
EFF, they are gaining traction. And they have always, well, some observers from EFF said that ANC has some internal conflicts. I mean, it has been having issues all along, and this was
Yes.
just...
Yeah.
I think this
was bound
gives
to compare.
Julius Malema's EFF a go through, you know.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
And
well,
Malema is getting stronger by the day.
If the
especially-
ANC
yes.
is not united as a party, then that gives those other guys away.
Backlash. Do we say ANC is losing out the battle?
Well, there's an election coming up because you see this was a mayoral candidate. Well, EFF has also produced a candidate.
Yeah.
So we'll see what comes out of
Of the elections, and
But,
we pray that they are not.
I mean,
violent.
South Africa,
bad.
I honestly have a very deep
It will
love
be
for South
interesting
Africa.
to see
Eh.
EFF.
He has a gene of South
if they
African
can,
in him.
you know,
Yeah, so we hope that people in Ntwane and all other suburbs are able to elect a mayor, but in a peaceful way, not what is happening in South Africa. Let's keep the Rainbow Nation going. Peace.
Of course, the next topic is quite sad. A jaguar was shot dead shortly after it was used in an Olympic torch relay at a zoo in the Brazilian city of Manaus. The female jaguar escaped and its handlers after it escaped its handlers after the ceremony on, of course, a few days ago,
Yeah.
and it attacked a soldier, of course, and then was shot immediately after. But it was used for a torch event for an Olympian,
Yes.
an Olympic, and we've seen, of course, different animals being, you know, shot. We talked about actually a gorilla being shot sometime on the show, and I want to know your view, Chantal. What would this mean for the wildlife sector, especially, and you know what would this mean in relation to people and animals? Because you know I don't believe this was a good way to use a jaguar. You
Yeah.
understand? I feel like sometimes we need to separate certain activities from them, because these are not activities that they're actually used to. So usually it's allowed that they are, you know, they attack. So what's your say on this?
I think using a jaguar was a mistake. Number one, those are animals that cannot easily be tamed.
Yes.
It's not like using a dog. Those are really wild animals. And we've seen these other countries using such animals for circus and all those Olympic stuff. So I think it wasn't a good idea to shoot. But if that was the only option, then they did it. Then I think people should stop using animals in such displayed areas for people where there are many people. Animals are different. That's how they react. They will jump on two people and start even killing
Yes.
them. So I think it shouldn't be
Of course, the topic that is trending, or the question that people are asking themselves right now, is that why was the Jaguar at this Olympian event?
Number one, of course, the Brazil is known very well because of the Amazon, and it's because of the wildlife. So maybe the message they were trying to portray was also, you know, it's also part of marketing. I mean, the Olympic torch is moving the world. So part of what maybe they were trying to showcase is the wildlife, which is which people commonly know for Brazil for. And well, the idea behind it was good, but sometimes, of course, these are animals, so they react differently to different situations. And it's high time that people stop just displaying them, because at some point it could be a trained animal, but you never know how it gets excited.
In this particular case, we see it's a jaguar, and in some South African countries they are extinct. And their population is threatened because of their habitats are being encroached on. So it's really sad that it had to be a jaguar.
It had to be a jaguar.
Because we need all of you at home to let us know what you think about these different topics that we're talking about.
Now moving on to our other stories, because it's the debate going on around the world. Leading names now from both sides of the European Union referendum have traded blows in a live TV debate at the Wembley Arena on the eve of the final day of the campaigning. Now the BBC's great debate featured almost 2 hours of questions on immigration, the economy and sovereignty. Scottish Tory leader Ruth Davidson repeatedly clashed with Boris Johnson in front of an audience of thousands and accused his Leave side of lying. It's very good to see all these British men and women debating. They're very great debaters. I love the British way of debating. But it's the matters they're putting on the table. It's either we're in or out. So far, looking at the final debate, if you're able to watch it and analyze it, who would you say took the best part of the evening? Is it the Leave or out?
Well, if you
have we heard of the debates? If you look at the debates, have we had enough to make a final conclusion to say this side has done enough in proving and winning the arguments?
That's hard to tell. But when you look at the side, you look at the side voting for Britain to stay in the EU. I mean, these are politicians that have in the past been unpopular, like Gordon Brown and the Tories. And okay, like you saw in the story, they are saying that you're liars. But then there have been talks from the EU itself. I mean, these other member countries saying that if British dare to leave, then it will be hard for them to have negotiations in the market. It's going to affect the Britain globally, because they are an economic power. And then you have also these people in Britain saying that
they need independence.
I mean, the budgets.
Actually, Boris Johnson was saying the referendum, if they win to leave, that's the Independence Day of Britain. That's what I'm quoting what he said. But Chantal, here is a man saying that. Also, some influential people like David Beckham, who's very popular in the UK, says we should stay because this is also easy for us, especially with football. And football is a very big part of the UK and Europe. And it's easy for us to have the transfers of players going on around and also living around, especially playing around football and tickets and everything. So
actually, it also affects Britain leaving the EU. Also affects the Britain and African. It affects Africans because as a bloc, the EU as a bloc, that means they have uniform policies. So now, if Britain leaves, that means getting into Britain or maybe cooperating with Britain. There'll be some difference.
And for me, sometimes it kind of makes it's funny when they say that the migration systems are very weak. But let's tell our British friends, it's not weak. We know how much it is hard for us to get in Britain.
By the way, it's one of the hardest countries to get in.
Absolutely.
And I've seen South African people actually crying and pleading with Britain not to leave the EU because most of them trade with Britain.
Absolutely.
So we are me personally, I'm hoping they do not leave.
Okay.
One itching point. I'm sorry.
We're out of time.
Well, they've accused the EU of not managing its the administration not going on well and causing services not to be delivered well. That's also some.
We can have the debate. You never know. Such worldwide effects can also affect Africa. So we can have a debate on this one. But we'll be back shortly with the story of the day. Welcome back to Rise and Shine Rwanda story of the day with me, Ivan Magwene. Now today we are in the center of Kigali, perhaps I would say the heart of Kigali, to attend the peace exhibition organized by Aegis Trust under the Peace Week. This is one of the ways in which they're trying to display different messages using art. We're going to be looking at different art pieces that have been drawn by some artists to display a message that is going to be, of course, occurring on as we go throughout this Peace Week. So come with me, let's go take a look.
My name is Jean-Michel Habineza, and I'm the programs manager for the Rwanda Peace Education Program. So today, for the past 1 week, we have had what we call the Peace Week, which is basically a series of events that are working to bring a message of peace to the communities. For the past 3 years, through the Rwanda Peace Education Program, we have not only worked in the area of peace education, but we have also gone to different communities, about 18 communities, 18 districts, to talk to them and to teach them ways in which we can build peace in Rwanda, especially after the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. So we thought, as a way to end our program, it would make sense to do what we call the Peacemakers Exhibition, which is happening here at the Car Free Zone, where we are sharing stories of different people who are building peace in the communities as a way to inspire Rwandans to build peace in their communities. So the one thing that I hope that people are going to be able to keep from this exhibition is that each one of us has a role to play in building peace wherever we are. Some of us might not do it at a national level, but we can do it in our homes, and we can do it in our churches, in our communities, so that at the end of the day, each one of us builds the world and to become a little bit better than they found it. So we hope that the stories that people will be able to see, the exhibition that they will be able to see, will inspire people to use art, to use music, to use poems, to use their life to build peace in their own communities.
Well, I'll just have this in a broad picture where what I learned, like the major lesson that is out here, is that peace building, it only starts with you. It only starts with me. Like both me and you, like personally, you can still do it. You can still start this whole process of building peace. And by the way, peace is all about my treatment over my life. And that's what I call peace.
There you had it about the Peace Week, and we hope you're able to enjoy this peace exhibition and able to learn a lot of ways in which people can display different structures on how we can build peace and reconciliation. My name is Ivan Magwene, reporting for Rise and Shine Rwanda.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with RwandAir and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back. Business Stories making headlines today with me, Chantal Uera. MTN Group has appointed Rob Shuter as the new group president and chief executive officer, who is expected to take up the position by July next year. The South African national is the current CEO of the European cluster at Vodafone Group and has extensive experience in telecoms and banking, having held senior management roles at Standard Bank and Nedbank prior to joining Vodafone Group. Mastercard Foundation injects millions to support tech education in Africa as Carnegie Mellon University in Rwanda has received $10.8 million from the foundation to boost its technology education program in Africa. CMU Rwanda made an announcement during its graduation ceremony which saw 24 students receive master's degrees in information technology and electrical computer engineering. Uchumi Supermarket has filed a notice of appeal against a court decision that allowed its winding up case to proceed to full hearing. The Kenya-based retail chain, which wanted to be granted bankruptcy protection, was on Friday wrong-footed after High Court Judge Farah Amin ruled that the winding up case should proceed. And that's all we had for you in business today. Stephen Kalimba is up next with sports.
Starting with cycling, Valence Daisenga doubtful of winning the individual time trial. Valence Daisenga has informed he isn't in the best shape to win the individual time trial race, which takes place from Huye to Muhanga on Saturday. Daisenga won last year's individual's time trial. He said he needed to prepare well this year due to a leg injury over the last 3 weeks, which is healing. On Sunday, the 5th circuit of the Rwanda Cycling Cup, dubbed the road race, will continue too. And in the NBA, Golden State Warriors set eyes on signing Kevin Durant. The Golden State Warriors are going ahead with their long-held plans to pursue Oklahoma City Thunder's small forward Kevin Durant. Durant is not the only target, but he is the top target in the transfer window, which opens on July 1st for the Warriors. San Antonio Spurs are also on the prowl for the forward. Durant says a move from Oklahoma would be for basketball reasons, not money or the spotlight. And in the Copa America, Messi breaks Argentina's all-time scoring record. Lionel Messi became Argentina's leading scorer with a superb free kick as they beat hosts USA 4-0 to reach Sunday's Copa America final. Ezequiel Lavezzi and Gonzalo Higuain, who grabbed a brace, added on the misery for the hosts. Argentina, however, lost Lavezzi for the final after he fractured an elbow after falling on an advertising board. Well, that's all we had in sports for you. Peace Cruiser is up next with Lifestyle.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with RwandAir and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. It's time for Lifestyle with me, Peace Cruiser. For movie review today, we take a look at Jason Bourne. Universal will be bringing Matt Damon and Alicia Vikander in a new movie called Jason Bourne. It has been 14 years since the Bourne identity, but Damon assures the fans that the new film lives up the franchise's standards. It's been big. He said, and I quote, "It's been a big Jason Bourne movie, bigger than we have ever done." But first, let's take a look at the trailer.
I know who I am.
When we are finished with you, you'll no longer be yourself.
I remember. I remember everything.
Remembering everything doesn't mean you know everything.
Tell me.
We've just been hacked. Could be worse than Snowden.
Facial recognition got a hit.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Why would he come back now?
There's a demonstration in front of the Greek Parliament building. I think she'll use it as cover.
They tracked you. We gotta move.
He's seen things. He knows things. What if he's not coming for us? What if it's something else?
I volunteered because of a lie. This is Jason Bourne. I need to talk.
32 kills. People are safer because of what you did. You're never gonna find any peace. Not till you admit to yourself who you really are.
All right, there you saw it for yourselves. But let's open this to the table. Steven, at least you've watched a couple of the Jason Bourne movies. What would be your comment on this?
Always, these are their fast-paced movies. I mean, Jason Bourne has always been, it's like 24. I mean, he's always being chased and he always survives somehow.
Yes.
And they always have that European setting. You know, it's called The Streets Are Narrow. It's good action for the action lovers.
So do you think this one that is coming out is actually something good for everyone to go and watch, especially like her who is not so much interested in these movies?
We're used to movies being the first part is good, then the second one isn't. But they've maintained over the series. And me, I'm positive about this one. Chantal, it's an action movie.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
I'll try.
You will try. We'll definitely go and take a look at it. But as Ivan, what would be your comment on what he just said?
With the comments he just said, I think it's going to be a boys' night out. Because, you
So
know,
they're
it's
kicking
actually-
us out.
No. I'm saying,
There's-
what I'm trying to say is, I'm pretty sure that, of course, I mean, boys with our action movies and looking at Jason Bourne's movies, I mean, it's always been like, you know, we're so much engaged in those. But of course, for the ladies, they can join. But I'm saying, at least once in a lifetime, we get to have a boys' night out. And for the action lovers, I think this is one big
Since it's Matt
blockbuster
Damon,
to watch out
I'm
for.
definitely watching the movie.
Yeah, because it's Matt Damon and
Must
we love
have,
Matt Damon.
There's always a female interest. I mean, a female alongside Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
So there's action. There's a bit of
Romance.
Damn.
That's a movie you want to go and
But
watch.
I still find Matt Damon hot, and I'll just watch the movie because it's hot. Just saying, that's just my opinion. So, of course, that is all we had for you for today's show for Lifestyle.
You
The
find
rest
me
of the
cold
show,
or hot?
but-
Okay, anyway.
All right, so that is all we had for you for today's show. But don't forget, we'll have to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what you're talking about here on Rise and Shine Rwanda. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on our Facebook page, and just send us your ideas for the program. Check out our Rise and Shine YouTube page, and please subscribe. That's so you can catch all the reports and the shows that we do. Find us on Instagram, and remember, we love to see your pics. Last but not least, check out our website where you can find every single thing that we do here at Rise and Shine, from backstage to on stage. Lastly, we do have a Snapchat page right now where you can go and follow every single thing that we do every day from Monday to
Follow our
Friday,
story.
and follow our different stories, and do let us know, of course, what you think. I am Peace Quizer.
And I am Ivan Magwene. We'll be at same time, same place. But before we leave, we always have the fun stuff going on around. Well, she was saying that ladies watch movies because guys are hot.
I didn't say that. I just said
You
I
found
find
somebody hot in the movie.
Yeah, well, I find Matt Damon hot. That's just what I said. I didn't say
Why are
ladies
you
watch.
offended?
I'm not mad.
Right?
I'm just asking.
Right?
Is it something that really happens?
Try
I want to know.
acting and looking
No,
hot. Maybe we shall watch. Thank you.
Okay. Damn.
All right, Stephen,
appreciate it.
how was the show for you
I mean,
today?
I'm
What was your
okay. I
favorite
mean, if
part?
you like something about a movie, you're supposed to like something about a movie.
So
After
movie
all.
review was your favorite?
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
What
well-
about you? What was your favorite part of the show today?
Definitely movie review this time.
All right, back to you.
If we find the movie good, okay, we don't know. It's never be the hotness. But, well, that's all we have for you for today. We'll be at same time, same place tomorrow. Do join us then. But for now, hasta la vista.
Ciao.